Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogi Monster here. Welcome to Why the Fascination or WTF Live. How you guys doing tonight, man? I got nothing going on, nothing planned. Just gonna wing it and see what happens. Anybody wants to, get in touch, feel free. We'll let some more people get in chat here. I'm just gonna pull you guys up. Can you guys hear me all right? Just gotta pull you up, pull up YouTube. So Nessie, good to see you. Hey Tracy, Mike, thank you. Googie, Ray, hi. Chris, how you guys doing? Everybody doing good? You enjoyed the portal? Right on. So yeah, if anybody wants to get in touch tonight, excuse me. Sweat my ass off. It was here in Cottonwood, it was 110 today. It was 117 down in Phoenix. It's just brutal. And my little room, like I said, I don't have an air conditioner. I got a fan going right now, but I don't know if that's making too much noise. If it is, just let me know. Hey, Isaac, how are you, man? Just got to pull up the channel. Pull up the channel. Thanks, Mike. Cashy, what's going on, buddy? So yeah, again, if you guys want to talk about anything tonight, just throw ideas up in chat, or if you want to contact me, or come on. You guys can just email me with your email address, and I can send you a link at, mogionmonster.com or monstermogion@gmail.com. Excuse me. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. So a weird thing today, I was watering my garden, and it's happened before if I use like the spray nozzle on the hose, and we have a lot of hummingbirds. So the hummingbird would come down and like investigate the water. I guess they're just curious. So today I was watering in the back garden. I have a pond. It's a stock tank, and I kind of did it up, made a little bamboo roof over it and everything. It looks pretty cool. So anyway, I was watering those plants back there, and this little hummingbird comes down and it sits on top of the filter. And I start spraying the water, and it was crazy because I sprayed the water and some, droplets hit it, and it put out its wings and put its head back and opened its mouth, and I just kept like hitting it with water, and it was loving it. And one time I kind of went a little too heavy, and it was just like, just drenched the thing, and it just didn't move. It kind of like shook it off. It was pretty wild. Yeah, Nessie, we have tons of hummingbirds. I did a video. My dad has a quick video I did. My dad has six hummingbird feeders. They're all the same, and they're all hanging in a row. And what I did is I got up behind the first one and made it look like it was only one, but you'd see all these hummingbirds. Some looked that big because they were in the distance at the other feeders. So until I moved the camera to the side, it was pretty cool. When you finally saw all six. Yeah, I drenched that hummingbird. It was, but it didn't seem to mind it. BLB, what's up, guys? Hey, you guys want to come on? Send me your link. Send me your email address. Yeah, if you guys just want to hang out, Jake. I don't know if you're, Adam's with you, or who's who with, but yeah, you guys are welcome to just, clickety click, as you would say. Kevin, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hey, Kevin, that's you too. If you want to hop on, send me your email address. Just email me at that, and I'll send you a link if you want to hop on. Because, like I said, I have no plans. I just was bored. It was a hot day today. Again, little too much sun, as you can tell. The damn sunglass line. Yeah, I look like Rudolph. But yeah, too much sun. Let's see. Bomber, thanks for being here. Ruger, what's up, buddy? I know you like to jump on. Everybody loves when you come on. But again, anybody, feels like coming on, feel free. So I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the weather. I know it's hot as balls here, but how is it, where you guys are? I'm sure down where Mike is in San Antonio, he's sweating his ass off. What's it like up in the Adirondacks, Blue Line, BLB? I'm not sure. I guess it's Jake. Nothing. So yeah, again, no plan. I do have a surprise coming up on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to this show. My guest on Tuesday is actually someone you guys know from chat, and she said she'd come on, and I'm really stoked. So, oh, it went away. That sucks. I created a banner, but it went away. Anyway, Gemini Moon will be joining me Tuesday night. I don't know if she's going to go but with her regular name, what she's doing. That's why I'm just going to say Gemini Moon. You guys know her. She's going to be on Tuesday night. I'm going to go live 10 Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to having Gem on. She's got some experiences she's looking to share. I think it's, if she feels it's time, she has to get some stuff off her chest or whatever, or just, but yeah, I've wanted to talk to her for a long time. She's sensitive. I don't know everything, so I'm not going to, speak out of class or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so she'll be here Tuesday. I had a link made up, but I guess I didn't save it. I mean, banner. Oops. Just gotta check email. Nothing yet. Again, guys, you want to come on, you want to talk, you want to BS. Otherwise, I'm going to be floundering around here for a while because I have nothing to talk about. What else? What did I do today? I sweated my ass off in Sedona. Come on. Pappy, welcome. Duke's in the house too. Right on. Good to see you, Duke. Sorry. Clear my throat. I wouldn't know how to, Bomber. I had no idea how to show his video. Yeah, I'm looking at the screen. I have no clue, Bomber. Yeah, Duke, you want to talk, I'm here. Feel free. Just I'll bring you on. Anybody. Oh, it's Adam's birthday today from BLB. Good deal. Happy birthday, Adam. Squatch, welcome. Is that directed at me there, Isaac? Because about the Dwundy, I had a friend from Mexico, and she had claimed she had seen him down there when she lived down there. Even if that was direct, I don't know if that was directed at me, but it's appropriate. Yeah, I had a friend. She's originally from like Cancun in that area, and she had seen Dwundy on her aunt's farm, and said it was creepy. Dwundy are little people. If there's a cool little story in my comments from the other night on the video I just released with Stephanie Vaughn. And if you look in the comments, I don't know if it was Oscar or Armando, one of them left a short little story about Dwundys and riding around on sheep, and it's pretty cool. It was his friend's story. If you happen to check out the comments. Email. Yeah, send me your email. Mine's on the screen, bud. Big Rob, what's up, bud? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here and thanks for helping out. I really appreciate you guys, wielding those wrenches. actually, Rob asked to be a mod, so he was the first one to ask. So I was like, here you go. And then Crazy Chris, she asked for a wrench, but I'm not gonna go wrench crazy, guys. Sorry. Chick Feed, welcome. New name. Thanks for putting that up there, Cashew. I appreciate it. Not seeing anything coming up yet. I just felt like coming on, guys. Stay a little current, whatever, because you guys won't see me again until Tuesday. So it's a long weekend. Not that you need to see me until then, or you don't want to. My pleasure, Chick Feed. Check this. So Arizona Squatch's computer is having issues. See, it's going to be one of those nights. Anyway. So what's new with you guys? Anybody have any interesting things happen in the past couple days? Nothing's going on. Kind of weird. I live on like the side street in this. It's not the street next to me is kind of busy. My street's not really busy. And the other day, I just happened to look up the street, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, are these. They're globes. They're square on top, and there's a globe on the bottom, and they're hanging from the power lines. And the only thing I can figure is they're cameras, and it's like, why the hell are there cameras? On my street. Hang on. Andrew, you got to send me your email address. It just says A Brunson. It doesn't have, just type it out so I get it, because it's coming up as your name. But yeah, man, you're more than welcome to come on. Hold on. Maybe I can find it. Oh, there it is. I got it. Thanks, brother. It's going to take a minute, guys. I'm just going to type in his address. Oops, did something wrong. Bear with me. And it's on its way, Andrew. Just it's pretty, Andrew. It's pretty simple to come on. Just follow the directions. Type in your name. You'll figure it out. See, that's what I like. You guys are willing to just pop on and hang out and just talk about whatever, and that's what I'm here for. Sorry, I get distracted with chat. It's like a deer in the headlight. Squirrel. So it looks like maybe I'm going to send out one more invite. Of course, they screwed something up. Hang in there, guys. All right. All right. Andrew, how are you, buddy? Let me get some ears on.
How are you? There you go.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, sir. Yes, sir. Down there in Austin, South Carolina, with hot like it is where you is.
Oh, is it? It's hot by you too? You're coming in a little broken up. Okay. Me and my big mouth.
That seems you hear better. Me now?
Perfect. Brilliant.
There you go. Cool, man.
Yeah, it was really mechanical.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm always listed as the Tex lookalike. I used to have a big long beard like Tex did.
Right on. I could see that.
Yeah, everybody's like, you look like Tex. Yeah, I was like, yeah. We talk a lot too, so the same way. So yeah.
Where are you from?
Charleston, South Carolina. Although I did live in Texas for a while, but I lived in Bandera, cowboy capital of the world. Worked on a ranch, doing some horse work and cow work. But back to South Carolina.
Very nice. Yeah, I have some family in North Carolina, just a little south of Charlotte. Yeah, I lived there for a couple of months in Richlands, North Carolina.
Yeah, I know the area. Yes.
Yeah. Did a lot of fishing off the piers down in Topsail and, had fun.
Yeah, I've been to Topsail, Figure 8. I know all that area. Yes.
Sir. Yeah. That's awesome. So what's your deal? What's your fascination, man? Why do you come on?
I kind of like it all. I listen to, Jason and D, and I listen to, Cam, and I'll just Daniela. I like all of it. It's just I've had some, I believe, some near experiences, some circumstantial evidence, some large scat in the middle of the trail. I used to be a wilderness instructor back in my younger days. And so in the mountains of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia border.
Okay.
And had some, tree breaks across trails that were unexplainable, about 7-8 foot high. Just, feelings of dread when, it's sort of circumstantial. And then you hear all these stories. And I say stories, let me rephrase that. Hear all these encounters, it kind of rings a bell. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that, or oh, I know that feeling, but I've never actually seen one. But I've always thought it was rather cool,
Sure.
I used to live in Cherokee for a while, North Carolina, and know the stories of the little people, and it just, it's always fascinating. Always just enjoy it.
Sorry, I had to turn off the fan. I could do a
I understand.
Yeah. That's when you were younger. You said you had you were wildlife. What'd you call it?
The wilderness instructor.
Wilderness instructor. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
What was your take on, like, how old were you? Were you aware of these Bigfoot stories and encounters?
I was aware of them. It wasn't, now this is back in like 98. So the internet and the whole, what we know now was different. But I did know of them, and I knew of them from Cherokee and, just times past, but not like we know of everything now. Not like the instant, what we can find now.
All right. I just gonna have to, if you want to talk, feel free. I just got to type in an address real quick.
Yeah, that's fine. My question I've noticed lately is the smell of certain Bigfoots and certain dogmen. It's kind of been my thing lately. It's like certain of them have smells and others don't.
Yeah, I've heard that, a lot, especially with Bigfoot. I didn't know if dogmen were supposed to have an odor or anything like that.
Well, I kind of got an odd theory about that. Is my dad was a Methodist preacher for a long time, so the story of brimstone and hellfire. Well, brimstone smells like sulfur, and sulfur smells like rotten eggs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I don't know if that's a correlation or not. I don't know if that makes them the disembodied demons in the woods, as so say. But it kind of is odd that some have so much recollection of the smell of it, and others never have a recollection.
And some claim to never smelt it at all.
Right. That's like the leading thing for some people is like, oh, there's terrible smell. And then other people like, I didn't smell anything. I just thought that was kind of weird that it's.
Yeah, no, that is weird because I've heard that so many times.
Yeah.
There's got to be something to it, like why would one stink and not the other? I mean,
right, exactly.
I mean,
they carry around a little bag and open up the bag and waft it out when people come around, or who knows.
Well, there's a theory. I don't know if I buy into it that they have scent glands that they can release an odor, at will. I don't know.
Yeah. I would say if I had to like classify right now the Sasquatch Bigfoot phenomenon, I would say they're a type of people. So I think they would be knowledgeable enough to have a way to scare people. I mean, I don't know if you ever grew up or been around anything dead. It has a very unique smell, and it's a smell that you don't like, so you don't want to be around it. So to be able to pass that smell on to somebody else or somebody close would be like, they would go away if they smelt this.
Sure. Definite deterrent.
Right. Like, a dead, I don't know if anybody's ever smelt burning flesh from a human, but it's a terrible smell and you don't ever forget it and you don't ever want to use it or smell it again.
No.
So, yeah, it's and like I said, they say they ain't no experts, nobody knows, but there's 1,000 theories.
Yeah, here's the theory from Duke. They just fart at will.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I had an uncle that could do that too. Yeah, my Uncle Raymond.
I wouldn't want that talent. I'd abuse it.
Yeah, that was the old pull my finger joke, yeah.
There'd be little kids everywhere getting blamed.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. People at Walmart passing out. Yeah.
Let's see. There's something I wanted to say. Oh, Taco was talking earlier in another forum about going live. Dude, this is StreamYard, and I actually subscribed to it, Taco. So I paid, I'm paying to be here. But I know who was just telling me. Kevin, Arizona Squatch, just told me that he went. I don't know how many subs he has, but I know he just pushed the live button on YouTube and it went live. So he must have met the criteria or whatever to go live.
At least 1,000 subscribers to go live.
I think it's less from a laptop or a PC.
That's cool.
It's like 1,000 to go live on a mobile device. I believe that's what somebody told me recently. So you can, and Taco, if you use StreamYard that I'm using like now, there is a free app that they provide, but you just have to, I think, show their label, their logo somewhere on the screen, to advertise for them. And I needed the time, as far as recording time and just unlimited streaming, and so I paid for it, and I love it. I love going live. It's just having guests on is awesome. And again, thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think it's kind of funny. We're a very close knit group. We'll end up on Daniela's channel or D Dawson's channel or a couple of other people, and it's like you see, Venomous Fringe, a couple of other guys, and you keep seeing the same folks, and you're like, hey man, how you been? So you kind of create this, I guess, friendship through, and I'll notice sometimes that you'll be on another channel and I'm like, oh, Monster Zone. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
we all kind of support each other. So
I was in chat before I started the channel. I was always in the Paranormal Portal. I was a mod there, and I'm a mod on a few different channels. Carrie's channel, Danielle's channel. So yeah, that's how I started, and just I guess everybody doing what they do kind of influenced me, and some people pushed me in the right direction, and it just so happens that one time Daniela asked me on her show, and I was like, does she have the right person? Why me? But after that show, it kind of propelled me. Somebody said, strike while the iron's hot. So I jumped in and started putting out videos and started, doing it. Now with the live, excuse me.
Smoke another one, brother. Smoke another one.
Damn bong. Now going live, I'll still try to put out, videos, but I don't feel as pressured to put them out,
Right.
Just being consistent is a key. And, I guess that being entertaining or just having the right personality, or I don't know what it is, but people seem to like it and they're coming back. So, and it's awesome. And
oh yeah,
I love people coming on and sharing their stories and, some people find it therapeutic, just to be able to tell a story that maybe they've been holding in and haven't, been carrying around forever. And then they finally let it go and get it out there, and, they feel a sense of relief. And, so I think that's really cool about this whole platform and what it's capable of.
Yeah. I think it has a lot of merit if someone believes your encounter, that they won't look at you or go, you're crazy or you were drunk. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of crazy and I've been drunk a lot of times, but I ain't never seen any, werewolf looking, Sasquatch looking cats walking around. So I don't think it's alcohol,
No, so, and I've heard that argument many times, and it's true. I mean, I don't drink anymore, but when I did,
but I mean, you don't hallucinate.
But I never hallucinated,
right?
There's not strong enough THC out there to make me hallucinate.
There you go.
It's
actually, it's funny. I'm actually wearing my paranormal,
Paratrinity
Tex.
Trinity Paracryptid.
Jason shirt. Yeah.
Right on. And I'm wearing one from a dispensary.
Yeah. So yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
But yeah, Mike. I did hear somebody ask in the chat earlier. I did hear Jason tonight say that Tex was home and he's doing better. And
fantastic!
I know a lot of people, big jolly old rascal. He's got to take some meds for a couple of months. But what I heard Jason say tonight, he is home and doing well. So
that's fantastic.
And ain't the Rona. So
no, we knew that.
Yeah.
And because Jason was surprised that because Tex has been in and out of the hospital so many times in the past 5 months that he didn't contract that. And which is fantastic. And I'm so glad to hear that, guys. If you haven't heard, excuse me, if you weren't paying attention, Tex is home. It was those prayers from the other night, because I stopped my interview and said, can we say a prayer for Tex? And that's fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that. Thanks for sharing that, by the way, because I had no idea.
The greatest thing I love about Tex is you can't rush his speech.
No.
you have to wait on what he's going to say next, because every once in a while he'll pause and you're like, okay, come on, man, get it out, say it. And you're like, So, but that just good old fashioned Texan Southern boy. So,
yeah, I'm an East Coast boy, so I have a tendency to talk fast. Where some people would be like, well, what did he say?
Yeah. Say that again. Yeah, slow down. Yeah. I understand.
But I spent some time in the South.
Yeah. My next question, I guess I would ask is, I've noticed lately that a lot of encounters talk about Sasquatch coming out of the water. Have you noticed that lately?
You know, I haven't seen. I've seen a few stories out there. Um, I've heard other stories in the past, you know, where it was walking down a river and you know these people were
Yeah.
fishing from the shore and they see it in the water and you know a boat happens to come down the road, you know, the stream or river at the same time, so it takes off. Um, I mean, it's an interesting way to ambush someone if their back's to the water. Like if you're camping on the water
Yeah.
or something and you're not paying
Right.
attention, you know, it'd be a quiet way to approach, I guess. Um, but yeah, I did see some more other stories out there recently, and I really haven't listened to them. But yeah, that's an interesting um, point of view. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's interesting. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you know, people have said they've seen them swim across reservoirs underwater. You know, maybe come
Yeah.
up once.
Well, it's like they're on, you know, the story of them on Vancouver Island. You know,
Mhm.
they would swim over to Vancouver Island. So, you know, in the Pacific Northwest. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
yeah, I mean, I know they can swim. I just don't know if it's you know, and their stories and they live underground or in caves or you know, and then down south, you know, you go 6 feet in underground, you got water. You know,
sure.
water table's very low down here. So for us, that's not a, you know, ain't nobody got a basement down here.
No.
You know, so them living underground is kind of illogical. But I
Well,
guess, well, I'm close to the France. I'm about 2 miles from the Francis Marion National Forest. Well, about 3 miles.
all right.
But that's where
I'm gonna bring on somebody else right now. So there's gonna be three of us here.
okay.
Jake, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
All right, man.
I know him.
So
What's
how you
up,
been,
fella?
man? What's up in the Adirondacks?
It is hot up here today. It is unseasonably, or maybe it is seasonably hot. It's very hot.
Yeah, I
Welcome to
wasn't
summer.
sure if you guys were dealing with that heat wave too.
Yeah, and
So,
we've had a drought, and lately, in these last 3 to 5 days have been unsettled weather. So it's very turbulent, very humid, and thunderstorms passing. But you know,
yeah, yeah, I wasn't sure what you know the Northeast was doing. It seems you know seen a little bit of weather, so see a storm going through the Midwest, but I didn't look at the temperatures. So you guys are that hot, you know. I think the whole country's melting. What else is new? It's just
Right.
par for the course for this year.
how you doing tonight, Andrew?
Sir,
How you doing tonight, Mr. Andrew?
I'm doing wonderful, sir. Doing awesome.
Forgive the mask. I'm not. I can't reveal my face tonight because
Adam's not around.
I'm not supposed to be on here right now. We wanted to be on a little bit ago. We talked about it, so I feel kind of guilty here. So I'm just gonna.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wish Adam a happy birthday from us.
Almost
Yeah.
deaf, and we're definitely gonna. We would like to pick your brain about a few things. You know, so.
No worries, man. Anytime.
So continue. Don't let me
Yeah.
bother you.
I got nothing. But yeah, man. What were we just talking? Oh, the Sasquatch living underground. You know, it might not be practical in some areas for them to do that, but I mean, you go a little north into like the hill country, you know, and
Right.
you know the Blue Ridge or the Appalachian, excuse me. And why not? You know,
Yeah.
if there's caves, I think they'll utilize them, or mines, or yeah. Good luck with that, Jake.
Yeah, that's losing battle right there.
Better off with a straw.
The struggle is real.
That's it.
I feel you, brother.
But so speaking of this, let me field the question to you guys. What do you guys feel about the overlap between what I would say the Sasquatch sightings and UFO sighting overlap? Because a couple of guys like us, we get a lot of those overlaps.
Go ahead, Andrew. If you got something to say.
Okay, I know a lot of guys who do interviews. They withhold the information of the orbs or the lights when they interview people, and that's one of the things. Wes Germo said that he always knows if the encounter is real if they usually say lights or orbs or something. But he's like, but he won't. He said he won't say that a lot on line or on live because a lot of people will start using it. But a lot of I've heard through a lot of them, there's other issues when they show up, orbs, lights, But on another thing on the lights is I've noticed, and I've lived quite a few different places, but it seems every town has a halt light or a haint light or a spectral light. It's at the end of a railroad track or it's at the lake. There's the Devil's Light or Bingham's Light or
Sure.
Johnson's Light. There's always some kind of light that somebody always talks about. If you go down this road and you whistle or you yell or you flash your lights and your headlights 5 times, or if you spit and turn around 3 times. But it's like everywhere you go, there in every town, or whenever I would meet people in different towns or cities. I'm like, hey, what's the name of your ghost light? And they'd be like, oh, well, yeah, it's Bingham's Light, which is one of the ones where I'm from. But, or it's Johnson's Light, or, it's some railroad guy or some, star-crossed lover that, like I say, you go, 12 o'clock midnight on, Tuesday on, or Friday the 13th and, turn around 3 times and spit and the light will show up.
Somebody just told me a story about along the same lines. It was in Utah. If you drove down this canyon at midnight, exactly at midnight on a full moon with your headlights off, this Cadillac will show up. And
there's one in every section of the country. Like when you go to North Carolina, go, hey, what's the name of the ghost light that's around here that all the kids go to? They're like, oh yeah, it's Johnson's Light down there, on the trestle. And I don't know what it is, but it seems everybody's got one.
Yeah, there was an exit when I lived in Jersey. There was a route 208, and there was one exit that supposedly, if you drove down it, got to the stop sign, put your car in neutral, they're going to push it back up the hill.
Yeah.
There's another one where they're going to push it over the railroad tracks. You hear a lot of those stories. I mean, I lived just a couple miles from, I guess it's in, I want to say West Milford, New Jersey. It's called Clinton Road. That's kind of a notorious road. It's probably, if you looked it up, it'll come up on YouTube. I mean, Google. There's something out there on it. Yeah, just strange stuff out there. So it's pretty cool to hear all these little local lores.
Is that related to Bigfoot? Is that related to Sasquatch? Is that one of their misnomers? I mean, who knows?
I've never seen one, so I don't.
Me neither.
I want to,
Yeah, we can only speculate.
Yeah. But I have heard a lot of stories about that with the light showing up or orb showing up after a Bigfoot sighting.
Oh yeah.
And it's usually after. It's not like they see the UFO, then they see the Bigfoot. Then there's some jackass out there who said the UFO was being flown by the Bigfoot. I don't know.
Well, there's a story, and I've heard this 2 or 3 places, and I'm a very big Star Wars fan. You know, I grew up, you know, I'm 50 now, so I grew up watching Star Wars, the original. So still have all my 1981 Empire Strikes Back toys from Christmas. So there you go. Yeah, I got AT-AT and the walkers. I got all of it. Yes, sir, brother. So the story is that Chewbacca was actually modeled after an alien. That one of Lucas's friends told him that one of the boys in the government said that that's what they looked like, and that's why he modeled Chewbacca after an alien. That's the story. I've heard two or three renditions of that.
That's
I don't. Yeah. And you know, there was a Wolfman in the original at the cantina scene, and they've taken it out and put another. That was supposed to be another. There was a werewolf, Wolfman looking character that they took out and put in another alien for the re-release, or you know, the updated versions.
Huh. What do you got to say, Jake?
I think that mask is having issues.
I'm telling you, we up here in New York know all about wearing masks and how difficult it is. I'm being quarantined. I apologize. I didn't expect to get on.
No worries, man.
Thank
you.
I'm trying to get a little laptop computer set up so I can see who's in here, try to communicate and be something other than just a pretty face.
Might be tough.
But it's nice to be here.
This is going to take up some space on the screen, but I'm going to put it up there. Look at Monster. Chewbacca was modeled after Sasquatch. The actor wasn't allowed to go off set in costume because they feared he would be mistaken for Sasquatch and shot accidentally.
There you go.
Thanks, Bomber.
Do you know the story of Michael Duncan Clark playing the in Planet of the Apes? You know, Michael Duncan Clark played in Planet of the Apes, he played one of the guerrilla military officers. He had to be rushed to the hospital. As they were taking him in the door of the hospital in a wheelchair, one of the people in the hospital goes, "We don't take animals. We don't take large animals." And Duncan Clark's like, "I'm not an animal." So yeah, that was.
Wow.
Yeah, yes. He was.
Could
like,
you
no,
imagine?
Yeah.
Wheeling him in, and he starts talking
in full makeup. Yeah, and you got this gorilla talking. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I thought they only signed.
So okay, so show of hands. I know there's just 3 of us here right now, but have you ever seen anything up in the sky you can't identify? Sorry if I'm late in the chat and you guys really haven't talked about it, but have you seen things like UFOs?
Go ahead.
When
I was a kid, I remember seeing something that it turned out it was in the sky. It was in the western sky, and I just remember this light, and it turned out it was from a rocket launch from like Cape Canaveral or wherever it was. That was the trajectory. It went over, you know, where we could see it. That was the only really odd thing I think I've ever seen in the sky as a kid, because I was like, at first, like, didn't know what it was, you know,
right,
for a couple of days until we found out. But nothing other than that, no.
Nothing like a big white light in the sky, a third of the size of the full moon, when the full moon is behind you, or a little bit too, you know, nothing like that. Like, what is that? Or
no, I spent a lot of time younger when I was working in Texas outside and nights, and I mean, we used to watch the satellites go by at night. You could see the satellites go by, and when I spent a lot of time outside at night. And I'll be honest with you, I've never seen a single thing that go, "Wow, what was that?" Now, and I try to pay real good attention to just about everything. So but not saying that ain't that. I just ain't never saw it.
We were lucky enough to have my brother over tonight for dinner, and we were replacing the caliper on my F-150. We just did all the brakes 2 nights ago, and when I was driving home, the caliper seized up. And anyway, long story longer. Whilst we were out at the picnic table having some barbecued sausages, beans, and some macaroni and cheese that my better half made for us special, the homemade kind with the cavatava kind of corkscrew looking pasta. I don't know. I'm not familiar. Okay, yeah, that one. But it was really nice with the. Anyway, while we were sitting there, we saw this one shooting star shoot out, and oh my goodness, when we saw that, our eyes were drawn up, and we could see this plane going, and it looked like the shooting star was shot out of the plane. And then not even 10 seconds later, this other huge, like shooting 10 times brighter shooting star that took up like half the skyline just kind of like sparked on the sky at the same time. Like we got a 2-for-1. It was pretty nice.
That's pretty cool.
Sorry, I just had to send out another invite.
That's cool.
Might as well pack them in.
There you go. I've seen quite a few ghosts, but I've never seen a UFO. So
really, yeah, stack them, pack them, and rack them, as they say in Die Hard 2.
I haven't. I want to say I haven't seen ghosts, but I've seen an orb, but I have experienced ghostly, presences, or a presence that, I mean, physically made itself known, like caused corks to fly out of bottles and music to go up loud. I mean, I told the story. So yeah, I mean, too many things have happened since then too that are strictly paranormal. So those are my experiences. I'd love to experience other things. That's why,
right.
I want to go into the woods and I want to try. I know the paranormal. I know spirits and ghosts exist. So now, what next?
Right. What else?
So and for the past 2 years, I've just been engrossed with Bigfoot. Like just fascinated by it. All the stories, and so yeah, and then believing in that and getting involved in this, all of a sudden now you got all these dogman stories, and it's like crap. I'm still trying to figure out this one. Don't throw another one at me. Yeah, exactly, Jake.
So I have a story if you would like to hear it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is in Great Falls, South Carolina. It's about a half a mile from the Reservoir Dam, if anybody wants to Google it. It was probably a 50,000 acre tract that was owned by Midwest-Vaco Lumber Company, owned a tract. In my dad's congregation, being a preacher, the timber manager was one of his members. His name was Fred. Well, his name was Fred. I ain't gonna give his last name. But Mr. Fred was a timber manager for that section of lumber. So he let me hunt on it. So I was a 17-year-old kid hunting on about 50,000 acres right beside the river of nice property, and nobody else. I had a key to the gate, and nobody else knew about it except me and Mr. Fred, my dad. So I built a tree stand down by the river, seen a couple of good scratches, good tree marks for deer hunting. I carried a Kentucky rifle, 45 caliber, percussion, and I carried a Ruger Blackhawk 357 just in case I run across something else.
Sure.
So I had been in the stand 2 or 3 times, had a buck blow at me, snort at me, and grunt at me, and then run across the, so I got busted. So I get up one Saturday morning. Now, my name is Andrew, but when I grew up, my name was Andy. My nickname was Andy.
Sure. Let's
go. So, and I've told this story to about 3 people, so it's a very odd story. So, I'm a 6'2", 180-pound, lanky baseball player, high school kid, toting a Kentucky rifle, thinking he's Daniel Boone. Got a 6-shooter on the side, just loving life. Go into the woods, and it literally is dead quiet. It ain't nothing. And it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing. And it's cold because, it's in the wintertime deer hunting. And I get up in my stand, and it's literally so quiet. It's the old joke is deafening. And I'm like, well, that's kind of odd because I didn't hear anything. Now, only 2 people in the world knew where I was at. Even my best friend didn't know I was hunting. And so my dad knew where I was, and Mr. Fred Hardy knew that I was on the property. But my dad knew where my stand was. Now, my old man's the kind of man that won't get up and play a prank. He don't play pranks. He's old school, farmer turned into a preacher. He ain't, that ain't his cup of tea.
Sure.
So I'm sitting in this stand, and it's pitch black. It's the darkest, and I still think about it all the time. I think about it. The darkest I've ever seen. And there was nothing. No bugs, no sound, no nothing. You couldn't even hear the water. And out of nowhere, and I say nowhere because I never knew where it came from, this sound came out. Okay? Sounded just like this pitch, this cadence. Andy, Andy, Andy. Well, buddy, every hair I had on my body stood up. There ain't no bird in South Carolina that sounds like that.
No.
There ain't no critter in South Carolina that sounds like that. So I lowered my rifle to the ground. I had a rope, because you always bring your rifle up and down a rope,
sure.
From stands. Yeah. And I scurried down that stand, and I took the snap off of the holster of that 357. And I said, if I run into anything, I'm going to kill it dead. And it was quiet and cold and dark. And as soon as I left, I made it back to my truck just as quick as possible. And I swear if I'd have bumped into somebody or something, I'd have killed it. I'd at least shot it 6 times. I got to my truck. I took my rifle and held it up in the air, shot the round that was in there because it was a Kentucky rifle, Shot that in there, threw it back, and I ain't been back since. But to this day, I still don't know what said, Andy, Andy, Andy. I'm like, oh, nope, I'm out. But it was a very fearful, and I'm like, why is something calling my name 3 times? And it was that pitch of voice. Yeah, so I don't know what it was. I still don't know what it was.
Yeah,
but I know it wasn't a bird.
Definitely unnerving.
Yes. So, and my tree stand still leaned up against that tree, theoretically. I ain't been back. I handed the keys back to Mr. Fred, and I said, thanks, sir. So riddled me that one.
That's weird.
It reminds me of an infrasound or telecommunication, or remember, was it Beneath the Planet of the Apes? Right at the end, hey, Lore! It was like a telepathic communication. Maybe it's one of those things.
Yeah.
You heard it. You audibly heard it, correct?
I audibly heard it, and it was a loud, and to this day I can sit right here now and remember it like it was yesterday, and I never knew where it came from. But it was loud enough, and it was the Andy, 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 and I'm like, yep,
gotta go.
Mimicker, check, please.
Yeah. And that's, like I say, nobody knew where I was at except, my dad, and he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I mean, that one I can't explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yep.
The one report of with the BFRO here in town was an audible report. They didn't see anything, but they heard it right here in the right in the riverbed, I fished there, and I've never heard anything or seen anything. I mean, I saw a structure, but I'm convinced it was man-made.
Right.
But it is weird how when you go into the woods with any knowledge of this, that you look around a lot more. I'm just going to go fishing, but I got to cut through the woods, and I'm doing one of these.
Yeah.
It's and I'm not scared. It's just I'm looking for everything. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm looking for things, for tree breaks and bends and But in that river bottom, when it floods, I mean, you get tons of debris stuck in all the trees, and because there's cottonwoods all along the river, and you just get tons of debris there. So it's hard to distinct, know what's what. If it's a break, or if did the river knock it out, or there's so much litter crap around that it's hard to figure out what's what.
I've seen it up, and you see 10 foot up in the air, a limb stuck sideways in a tree, and you're like, well, it can flood that high. So and that's weird when you realize that where you're fishing, the water's 4 feet below you. You're standing on the bank and you're looking at a tree that's there is crap in the tree 8 feet high. So that's a lot of water. Yeah.
So how's everybody in chat doing? You guys got any questions? I really haven't been neglecting my duties.
Yeah. Sorry, my laptop just went down. I think I'm supposed to hit it, or I apologize. I can't really see.
Don't hit it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a pacifist.
Still crazy, Chris. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the other night. That was awesome. I had a good time. And I think everybody wants you back. I know that, Chris. People were saying, I want to hang out with her, which is awesome. Thanks again. So if anybody's got questions from chat, feel free to ask. Just throw them up in the comments.
We've got a little unboxing we're gonna do. I've got a Batman package that we're gonna open up from year 1989 or around there. I wonder how this bubblegum tastes.
I was thinking they still got the gum in it. That's awesome.
Harder than a honeymoon clip, but we're going to move on from there and deliver the goods from this package. Look at that. The sticker, as you can see, is what most would consider one of the best Batmans. And can you believe the other day I did this and there wasn't one picture of Batman in the 15 cards here? It was all I'm sorry, but we do have Batman.
You got Jip, dude.
The Joker's prominent in this one.
Is that the Michael Keaton Batman?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This guy right here, this gum, I gotta tell you, tastes like a thin slice of chalk mixed with I'm trying to I can't really put my finger on the powder, and okay, it's the residue after Captain Crunch when you finish that bowl.
The
of
bottom
cereal.
of the box.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you right now. Ooh, gals and guys, you guys stay away from 29 or 80-year-old bubblegum. I'm just saying. Okay.
It's good advice.
Mm. Sorry about that.
Kathy Thompson says the mask is creepy. Take it off, Mr. Saw.
Okay.
That's funny. I don't know how you do it. I'm sweating my ass off.
I think the beard.
All right, you came in a little broken up, Andrew.
Oh, I said the beard sticking out under it makes it much better.
Oh, Cousin It. Perfect.
Oh, that's good. Cousin It. Yeah, Cousin It showed up.
How's that? That better?
Whatever's
Is it
clever,
Very
less
man.
reminiscent of, yeah.
Is that less creepy, or did I take it to a new level?
I think it's on a different level.
Well, my mama told me the original. I'm sorry. I don't
You've
feel that
obviously
I can,
listened to your mother.
I can't. I don't feel that I can show my face until I'm on here with my brother from another mother. Until
Yeah, man. No, I understand completely. That's cool.
And you can pull a
fulfill-
Pete Best
we
and just
fulfill-
turn around.
Yeah, I keep it 100, Andrew.
Felix says Julie Newmar was the best Catwoman.
Ooh, oh yeah. I
Is that from the TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am part Muppet.
Yeah. What you drinking?
Oh, there was some. Well, this is Kool-Aid.
Colorado Kool-Aid?
No, margaritas from Sunday Punch.
Oh, okay. You know what Colorado Kool-Aid is, right?
Mm-mm.
That's the Coors Banquet beer. That was called the Colorado Kool-Aid.
Ooh,
The original
yeah, no.
Coors. Yep, the
Oh,
bug
yeah.
skins.
Now, a little fun fact about that: we just got a picture of my better half's grandfather, and it was back in the day. Rest in peace before he passed. And it was him sitting there with a big straw hat at a friend of ours' house. You could tell they were at the camp. And what did he have sitting next to him? Why, a 5-pack of the banquet beer and one open right next to his elbow. So it's
Awesome.
yeah, no.
Hmm.
Cheers.
Salute.
This is like 5-day-old margaritas. Sorry, I don't normally drink tequila.
I used to could. Not anymore.
Everybody has a tequila story.
Too many.
Yeah.
Mine was in 1992 in the United States Navy, trying to get across the gangplank, get back to the ship, and almost being put on Class Charlie Liberty for vomiting in the lower cruise lounge garbage receptacle.
Oops.
So yeah, that's why I don't really drink tequila myself.
Like I say, everybody's got a story.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell any. No
Yeah.
tequila stories. I left them behind 3 years ago.
There you go.
So can we talk about? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Sure.
I ain't that fat.
I'm on a diet, so.
Hey now, I've put on 6 pounds this week, but that aside, no, okay, all right then, let's keep it. We'll keep.
Throw it on the floor, man. What you got?
A 1991 baseball card unopened package. You guys are not gonna believe what is in here. I've been waiting a long time to dig into this one.
Cashew, that's great, man.
But, oh, there's a sticker in this one. Hope it's, are you serious? Yee-hoo!
Right on.
Now, I can't see through this hair. You guys will have to tell me whether or not we have any good baseball cards. Now, there's only like 11 or 12 of them, so don't get too. I might. Can you imagine if I get like a rookie card or some kind? Well, I think the bottom fell out of the baseball card market right about 1991 when I got that. So anyway, long story longer, guys. Don't hold on to baseball cards in packages. Like, get rid of them. Look at them.
And don't eat the gum.
Yeah, don't ever eat the gum, but that sticker is mint. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I don't collect I don't collect anything really.
Comic
still
books.
baseball cards, still comic books.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Andrew?
I got probably 10 comic books and some about 100 baseball cards, but that's it. I had the original #1 Aquaman and the original #1 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then
excuse me, guys.
I got a couple of cool baseball cards from the, I guess, 80s with Reggie Jackson.
Oh, nice.
And then I got Chipper Jones rookie card, but we used to go watch him play in Myrtle Beach when he played AAA ball.
Nice.
We played ball in college, so it was kind of cool, to go see the young fellas play all the time.
We saw Smoltz play minor league up here at the Glens Falls Tigers. Yeah, so nice.
But other than that, I collect. I got some old smoking pipes from my great uncle, and I'm pretty much collect ammunition and firearms now. So.
Oh, nice.
And empty beer cans.
50 cal shells. I have a couple of those that we shot off the coast of Cuba. Had a big 20-foot in diameter floating tomato off the back of the ship from like a mounted 50 caliber gun, like
that old Maudus. There ain't nothing like shooting a Maudus, man. That's a very unique feeling.
What ship were you on?
The USS Suribachi. It's a AE-21 out of it was New Jersey. So my cousin and I both joined the Navy at the same time, and he got sent to Japan, and I got sent to Jersey, and we're from upstate North Country, New York. So
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I thought it was like a dagger, and then we got in the shipyards in Philly, but everything worked out.
Yeah, I spent 40 years in Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Been there one time.
The Garden State.
And it is, man. It's a pretty diverse state.
Yep, for
did
sure.
Did a lot of hunting in Jersey and fishing.
Oh, really? Pine Devils down there. I was mostly on the shore there with Long Branch and all of those. I was right there, Earl, New Jersey.
I grew up in Point Pleasant, so you had Long Branch and Hasbury Park and Manasquan and Seaside and Point Pleasant.
Oh yeah, so Middletown. We used to go to Kingsburg and Middletown, which was a little bit south of Sandy Hook and.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to go fishing out of the Highlands, the Atlantic Highlands right there. And then, Sandy Hook had the supposed nude beach. It was a state park, but they had a nude beach. Go figure.
Were you ever on the Down Easter Alexa?
No.
Okay, just checking.
So do you fish, Andrew?
I grew up fishing mostly bass and brim, open face reel, like Cardinals and Garcias and
sure.
Fishing farm ponds. I got into fly fishing when I was in college. Really enjoyed that and kind of got out of it when I got out, but I've always liked it, but I still do a little bit of fishing, but not much. I used to do a lot of bird hunting. Don't do much of that anymore either.
Yeah, but, I did a lot of bird hunting too. We back in Jersey, we leased almost 700 acres. It was a semi-private preserve or whatever it was called. But we could hunt on Sundays. We had to stock our own birds. So we'd show up, bright and early on a Sunday morning and stick pheasant in a sack and go and stock them. And yeah, we did a lot of hunting on that land. It was good deer property too.
I grew up, my dad grew up in Santee, which is one of the big fishing areas down here, and about 6 miles from the backwater of it. And, used to be a world-renowned fishing spot, Santee River in that area. But, you know, I grew up fishing with bass and brim. We call them brim, sunfish, warmouths, you know, big as your hand, you know, catching little fly rods and little poppers and, you know, 1,000
It's just awesome.
ponds, right.
Yeah.
You know, little farm ponds and, you know, 2 or 3 pound bass.
Hold on. Ray, come on. Really? Killers. I've killed a bunch of birds, but I never killed a deer. I admit that. And I've spent so many hours in the woods trying to, but I dropped an arrow one time right between its legs and just was done. I was like, I'm done. Once my dad moved out to Arizona, you know, my hunting partner was gone, so I just basically gave up hunting. But yeah, I'll probably be buried with a fishing rod.
Yeah, I did. I used to hunt rabbits with a bow and arrow with a 50-pound recurve.
Oh, nice. That's a
challenge.
I
used to love to hunt. Yeah, I used to love to hunt rabbits. And they're tasty too. I eat them. Well, like rabbit. Tastes just like chicken. Cook it right.
Yeah, I've tried cooking one once. We were up in northern New Hampshire. We were about 10 miles from the Canadian border in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, and we were hunting up there, my uncle and I, and he killed a rabbit. But I wasn't prepared to cook a rabbit. You know, I didn't have what I needed, and we fried it up, and it was, you know, it was tough. And, you know, I think it probably would have been better if we could have braised it or done something different. But, I mean, I've had rabbit and stew, you know, with squirrel and, you know, hunter's stew or whatever you want to call it.
Squirrel?
Yeah, when
yes, I've had squirrel.
When you live in the low country or flatlands, we grew up, you couldn't shoot a rifle or like a 22 because it would carry so far. So we always hunted squirrels with shotguns.
Sure.
So we always used number 6 shot and 12 gauge. And I've ate many a squirrel and picked out shot while I was eating and spit it back on the plate.
Hear that pink on the plate?
Yeah, pink, yep. Pink, yep. But yeah, that's best way to cook rabbit is basically parboil it and cook it like you would cook a chicken perlo or chicken gumbo with rice.
Okay.
And that's how we cook. Yeah, we cook our rabbit with rice and.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, besides pissing off chat, you guys got any other questions in chat?
Oh, is there anybody in the chat?
I don't know. Just kidding, guys. There's about 25 people still hanging out. Well, we are gonna cut this off in a little bit here. I mean, we've been on almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't want to offend any of the non-hunters, and you know, I had a friend who every time I go fishing, she was like, "Did you murder any fish?" I was like, "No, I let them go." You know.
Yeah. A lot of the people up here in the ADK, in the Adirondacks, a lot of our friends, they're catching release, and you know, go over to Adirondack Fishing Adventures. You know, he's catching release, and it's just a lot of fun getting out there.
Oh, absolutely.
And when we were growing up, every day in the summer, we fished every day. You know, like. Skinner Brook, we'd hit, and other Hudson River tributaries. You know, when your parents would kick you out of the house saying, "Don't come back till it's dark," or "Go play in traffic," one or the other, you'd grab the fishing rods and go down. Anyway, long story longer. It's a way of life in some areas.
Oh yeah, that's like when I was in Wisconsin. Once winter hit, I was amazed how, you know, these villages would pop up on the ice. You know, these little, you know, ice fishing towns. It was so cool. It was too cold for me. I didn't have the equipment for it, but I mean, I fished a lot, you know, during the summer months and the spring and the fall, but I didn't do any ice fishing out there. Just too friggin' cold. I mean, you know what it's like up in the Adirondacks, but you know, you guys get winters up there, but this was just crazy. The closest thing I did experience to Wisconsin was cold. Wisconsin cold was New Hampshire cold. Northern New Hampshire. Yeah.
Sure. Big
I don't
time.
like cold. That's why I'm in Arizona.
I need the seasons.
Yeah, I did the seasons for 40 years and came out here, and it's
Hey, I might be soon behind you.
there's about 3 seasons out here. You know, you got to go to certain areas to see like leaves change. You know, there's not a lot of in the riparian areas along the rivers where you have the cottonwoods and whatever, but it's mostly a lot of pines out here and scrub, mesquite. So you don't get the leaf change, the color changes like you do in like New England and the Adirondacks or Jersey or everywhere else but here. So I miss that a little bit, but I dig it out here.
You got the vibe out there, though. There's a nice vibe too.
Yeah, it's Sedona is a really interesting town. That's how I first came out here. Visiting my dad and got to experience Sedona and just fell in love with it. It's just so beautiful. And now to be able to, send, since I work for an ATV company, we have tourists from all over the world, and to send them out and have them, see what I see every day, at the Red Rocks is just amazing. No one's, first thing when people come back after the ride is like, my first thing I ask is, how was that? And nobody's ever said it sucked. It's always awesome.
Yeah.
Just scrolling through chat, see what's going on. Nessie says, sneaky, Jake, sneaky.
Well, I'm not sneaking. I'm not holding anything.
I don't know. That's Nessie.
There's no alcohol in here. This is a virgin. It's like a great knee high. It's like Radar O'Reilly would order. He goes.
And Rash, that's right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be a certain age to know that quote.
Yeah, man.
He's my favorite. That guy. Next to him and Roscoe P. Coltrane and Radar O'Reilly.
James Best used to live in Santee, South Carolina, where I was talking about fishing. Yeah, James Best used to live down here. Yep, Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Yeah, James Best School of Acting.
Yeah.
Through there.
He got his start on Andy Griffin playing the guitar.
Yeah, for
sure.
He
was a guitar player.
Huh.
But although I will say I like the movie MASH, and I like Radar's character in MASH in the movie better than I do in the TV show.
Okay, yeah.
But I love the movie.
I don't remember his character in the movie.
He was more cynical. There was another kid that was the innocent kid in the movie. I can't remember his name at the moment, but that's kind of what he turned into in the TV series. But in the movie, he was the go-getter, golfer, finder of lost treasures. He was the man. If you needed something, that's who you went to. He wasn't as innocent in the movie as he was in a TV show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good character in MASH. Radar, definitely that innocent. That innocence during a war.
Yeah.
What was the other? It was Honeycutt or Honeycutt.
Trapper John.
Okay, Trapper John.
Which I like Trapper John better than Honeycutt. I was a Trapper John fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, always been a Trapper John fan.
What about the Trapper John MD? Did you watch the spinoff afterwards?
I did a little bit, not much.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single episode. I remember, Quincy and Adam 12 and Emergency and all those others, but
I don't. But I just remember it being there and being comforted in the fact that it was there. Anyway,
50. What are you going to do?
Bell, thank you so much. I see you're about to bounce. Talk to you soon. Let's see. Let me just glance through here.
What? We can talk Waltons.
Oh, geez.
Oh, I hate that show.
Good night, John Boy. Okay, good. All right, moving
Yeah,
right.
I've been to Walton's Mountain, but my sister loved that show, so I hated it.
Oh, really? Zebediah. Well, the Dukes. We can't talk about the Dukes. How? Sugar.
You know you can curse on this show, right?
Right.
Oh, no, I can't because
There's no cuss jar here.
well, the good Lord forbid my grandmother ever saw this on the pewter webs. I would be hit with the switch 6 ways to Sunday, even though I don't.
Thank you, Ray.
I don't let her know about this channel, so keeping it under the radar.
Right on. Under the radar, O'Reilly.
Full circle.
Well, listen,
There you
guys,
Let's call a callback.
we're gonna call this a night.
Thank
I
you.
want to
Cool,
thank
man.
you guys for showing up, Andrew. Really, thank you so much. Anytime,
Yeah,
brother,
man,
you're
enjoyed
welcome.
it very much.
Jake, when you get hook up with Adam, we'll make a date. We'll hang out.
Will do.
Definitely come on. Again, guys,
Nice chatting.
this Tuesday I have Gemini Moon coming on. It'll be 10 Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific, and it's 8 Mountain. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody, and I'm gonna bounce myself because it's just too hot in here. I could sit
night,
here all
brother.
night, but Andrew, thank you.
Yes, sir. No problem. Enjoyed it.
Peace and hair grease.
Same to you, Jake. Thank you, brother. I'll see you
Take care.
soon. All right, man. Guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. That was awesome. I'm glad that I can just throw it out there and you guys show up. That's amazing. Kevin, sorry I sent you the email a little too late. So soon, maybe next week, next Thursday, we'll get you on. That's Arizona Squatch. I don't think he's still in chat, but if you hear this, I'll get in touch with you, man. Thanks, Jake. Love you guys too. Absolutely. So anyway, you guys, if you enjoyed this, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, share, leave comments in the comment section. You guys are awesome. I love reading those comments. Really, you guys are just fantastic. And again, if you get a chance, go back to Stephanie Vaughn's video and look in the comments. There's that little story that one of the guys had written, told about the Duendes. If you're interested, that was pretty cool. In the meantime, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you guys so much for showing up. We'll do it again Tuesday night. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm sure I'll see you in a chat somewhere. So with that in mind, you guys have a great night. Peace and God bless, everybody.